Ayan na. Ayan na mga kameta. Blacklisted daw tayo. Blacklisted tayo ng beshi natin. Strongest partner. Protector. Love, love, love tatay. Ayan. Na-blacklist daw tayo. Of course, discuss natin itong latest announcement ng kung saan sinasabi na potentially blacklisted na daw ang Pilipinas pagdating sa issue ng turismo. This is coming from, of all countries, China, no? Very interestingly. And mukhang may kinalaman na to dun sa mga online casino issue na yan na isang bagay na umiinit na naman. So, mga kameta, pakikuha ng link ito. Baka mamaya mawala na naman ito. Alam na this, ayaw ko na magsalita. Ayan, baka mamaya ma-disrupt na naman yung ano natin dyan, ha. Okay. Ayan na mga kameta. Blacklisted daw tayo! Wow! High level. High level. Hindi ko kinaya yung level ng China. Taas ng standards. Na blacklist na tayo. So ito ayan talaga. So ayon sa Senator Zubiri, our Senate President, mukhang nag-usap sila ng Chinese, ng Chinese ambassador at labas natin na blacklist daw tayo. Ito again, daw, because you know, we have to get a formal statement from the Chinese embassy unless meron ng formal statement. Or ito, China sticks Philippines on tourist blacklist due to offshore gambling operators, no? So Chinese envoy, ito South China Morning Post to, South China Morning Post. Tingnan niyo diyan sa baba. Ayon sa South China Morning Post, ito yung report nila. China's envoy, yung ambassador ng China sa Pilipinas, said ang Pilipinas po ay nilagay nila sa blacklist because China doesn't know if its nationals will be safe from illegal activities in the Philippines. Ibang klase, ibang klase. Pati China mismo, guys, ay nagrereklamo na ngayon dito sa situation dito sa Pilipinas. So itong Philippine offshore gambling operators capitalize on the country's liberal gaming, mga relax daw, mga batas to target or rules and regulations to target customers sa China. Kung saan, by the way guys, ban po ang itong ban po ang gambling. Kaya nga actually guys, naging issue ito because 3 years ago, dun sa I think 5th visit ni Pangulong Duterte, marami siyang visit sa China especially. Sa 5th visit niya, actually nagkaroon sila ng discussion with President Xi Jinping dito sa issue na yan. And mukhang President Xi Jinping tried to convince his beshi, no? Na kailangan natin, di ba? So ito yung report na nilabas sa Nikkei Asia na ating dating Pangulo natin kinokonsidera yung request ni President Xi Jinping of China para maban itong mga online casinos na ito, no? And actually, itong discussion na ito immediately had an effect dito sa real estate stocks dito sa Pilipinas. So, this has been a big issue back and forth between Philippines and China over the past few years. But alam niyo naman, nanindigan si Pangulong Duterte because later on, of course, he'll take a very strong stance at ayon kay Pangulong Duterte, medyo nasa national interest natin na to keep these casinos, etc., which is a claim that has to be backed up, you know, because I'm sure may mga interest dyan, but national interest, alright, so makikita niyo dito sa report na yan, actually ang Pilipinas po ay nag-reject nung China's call. So in fairness, sa West Philippine Sea, medyo pahapyaw, medyo malambot, pero pagdating dito, matapang na-reject yung call ng China eventually to ban online casinos, no? Ibang klase talagang Pilipinas, no? Very unique tayo. Very, very unique. Very, very unique pagdating sa priorities natin. Tingnan talagang So ngayon, of course, ay nako. So nakita natin sa mga mga high quality investment daw. Yan. So post natin dito para makita niyo talaga. Talagang the best. The best talagang Pilipinas. The best. Ayan, Wait lang, makinig lang kayo guys. Nilalabas ko lang dito yung mga sources para makita niyo naman. Ang lahat ng sinasabi natin dito guys. May research, may basihan. Okay? Ito. So actually, nung isang year, nanindigan tayo na talagang we have to keep them kasi mahalaga ito, no? Dun sa economic interest natin. Ibang level guys. Ibang level. Only in the Philippines talaga. Ganyan ang level natin. Nag-stand up tayo sa China guys. Hindi sa West Philippine Sea pero dito sa issue na yan. So, actually nanindigan ng dating Pangulo natin na wala naman problema daw as much as possible dito sa mga online casinos na yan. So, nanindigan siya na we need them because of, syempre, national interest, yung sa economic stability daw natin, syempre, pandemic, apektado yung economy, etc. So, nakikita na natin, guys, how important this issue has been for the previous administration. But of course, things are beginning to change under the current administration because there's beginning to be a kind of a reassessment, no, ng ano ang nangyayari dito. Kaya to that end, of course, may current discussions and back and forth between top officials natin sa iba't ibang branch of the government. So sa isang banda, of course, ang concern is mga online casino po ay mahalaga para sa ekonomiya po natin. So based on some estimates, pag na-shutdown mga ito, this could cost the Philippines as much as 200 billion pesos annually. So that's roughly $3 billion, no? $3.5 billion, no? So yun po yung concern base sa mga yung mga gusto nila siguro na much more calibrated ang approach at hindi bigla i-shutdown. Nonetheless, nakita natin may mga top officials including sa Department of Finance na nanindigan na the juice is not worth the squeeze, no? At that triggered some back and forth discussions sa Senado natin sa pagitan ng some of the senators and some of the Department of Finance executives, no? So, tignan natin yung itong news natin. Interesting yan yung mga back and forth sa Senado, guys. Dahil doon mo nakikita talaga ano yung state of play, no? Dito sa issue na yan. So, yung isang Undersecretary of Department of Finance, no? Sabi niya, na may social costs daw itong mga online casino. So, ito yung si USEC Undersecretary Chelo Magno, isang PhD economist. Ito yung sinabi niya during her back and forth with Senator Chizo Escudero sa Senado dito sa issue ng mga online casinos, whether ma-shutdown sila or anong gagawin nila, whether magkaroon ng crackdown and all. So ayon sa kanya, in a Facebook post actually, POGO is associated with kidnapping, human trafficking, and prostitution. We were asked to assign a monetary value to this so that we can say that indeed the social cost of POGO outweigh the economic benefits they bring. So ito yung claim nila, no? Nung kabila, yeah, okay. So, actually, may piece dito. Paki-check. Bigyan ko kayo ng reference point para makita niyo yung sinasabi natin dito. So, kinalculate nila, no, yung social costs, no, ng mga online casinos na whether the, you know, as I said, whether the juice is worth the squeeze. So, ito po yung Facebook post na pinost ni Chelo Magno, sorry. No, ito po yung sinabi niya, ito yung statement niya. So, meron pa siyang hashtag price of human dignity, no to POGO, etc. Alright. Ay. Yan. So, ito po yung discussion. What's going on here? Okay, I didn't expect this, no? Okay, so, ayon kay Yusek Chelo Magno, the Department of earlier said that ang POGO po, of course, I'm reading from, by the way, source ko Billionaire dito, so I'm just giving a reference point dito. Ang sabi nila, ang Department of Finances, yung contribution po ng mga online casino na ito ay 4.2 billion pesos or 0.03% of GDP, which is far outweighed by the social cost. And so I asked, sabi niya, how much is Senator Escudero willing to accept to be, okay, medyo ibang level yung, nakikita niyo, di ba? Medyo next level yung rhetoric niya. Here, nakikita niyo yung back and forth niya with Senator Chizo Escudero. Of course, ang point naman ni Senator Chizo Escudero is, shouldn't we have a much more, let's say, methodical approach to this and not make this, I don't know how to put this in a politically correct way. No, I know how to put this, but sige mamaya na. So medyo madrama daw. Pero on the other hand, sabi naman ng kabila, hindi ito issue ng drama. This is the issue of the social cost na huwag tayo magbulag-bulagan lang doon sa contribution na few billions, pero actually, yung cost niya is way more than that. And of course, the Philippines has many other ways, guys, of course, to make sure na, diba, na pwede naman tayo kumita in much more productive ways. Ako naman, ang stance ko naman dito, guys, is I'm all okay with investments from China, no? Uh, as long as these investments are quality investments, no? As long as these investments are quality investments. So interestingly, what's happening, guys, is that the Chinese government is encouraging us to revisit itong mga investments na ito that uh, in their assessment is not good for either side and is not reflective. It's not reflective of the positive potentials of bilateral relations. Guys, I'm being very, 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 very objective about this. Huwag kayong magdrama dyan. Okay, balikan natin itong issue na to. Which brings me to the issue of investment from China. Kasi yun din ang naging problema natin, guys, over the past uh, 6 years or so. Ang daming pangako, bentang-benta sila kay tatay. But ang tanong is, nasaan yung investments? And this is what I've been discussing over and over again since 2017, 2018 pa lang. Nasabi ko, wag tayong masyadong excited. Let's not be naive. Let's not be amateur. Let's be a little bit next high level, no? Pagdating dun sa ating strategic approach, no? Yun ang sinasabi natin. And if you look at it, actually, all the evidence suggests that I've been absolutely 100% correct, as I've been on many, many other issues. Because po, pinag-aralan natin na mabuti yung mga sinasabi natin. I'm not perfect, of course. Once in a while, we may not get things 100%. But the point is, you see, I've been saying I'm all for investments from China, but you can see as early as 2018, so this is an article I wrote, Chinese Chimera, so parang Mirage, na ito 2018 pa lang yan. Makikita nyo 2018, April 16 pa lang. Sinasabi ko na ano lang yan. Baka na ano lang si dyan, taken for a ride lang tayo. I've been saying this over and over again, either in my own articles or I've been saying this in interviews with international media. So ito yung isa pang article na sinulat ko. Again, this is based on very intensive research which became a chapter in one of my books. Diba? So I've been discussing this for quite some time. Now, as on one hand, of course, my issue ng POGO, etc. And I agree with the Chinese ambassador that this doesn't reflect well perhaps on, or this is not the best possible reflection of the potential of bilateral relations. Pero ang point ko naman is, saan naman yung mga investments na yan? Because, again, if you look at it, I've been saying year after year, ang problema naman, yung kabilang opposition, puro silang debt trap, debt trap, debt trap. Pag-aralan nyo na mabuti, wala nga investment. Paano tayo ma-debt trap kung wala nga investment, di ba? So, actually, ito yung interview ko in 2018, I had an interview with Bloomberg, when I already raised these concerns about dun sa 27 major deals na na-sign sa 2016, parang wala pa nangyari. And by the way, this is early on. Of course, you can say, baka masyado kang excited na walang mangyari. Well, guess what? If you don't believe me, look at the more recent articles, that show, otherwise, if you have another data to show me, please go ahead. Show me where are the big ticket infrastructure projects, no? So ito po yung situation natin noon pa lang. So look at this. Look at how minimal the investments were, no? Tingnan nyo, ayan. Actually, kung makikita nyo, Japan po ang talagang malaking investor dito sa Pilipinas pagdating sa infrastructure investment. So the graph is very, very clear. So ito yung net foreign direct investments flows into the Philippines, Korea, Japan, US, and China/Hong Kong. So sinama pang Hong Kong no? But you can see talaga, this is just general investments, general FDI investments. Infrastructure investments, ibang usapan na yan. As you know, so all of the big new ones that are coming up, including guys, itong, andyan pa ba kayo? Oh, wow. Ba't parang nawala itong ano ko Walang ya. Nawala yung ano natin na naman Nawala yung live natin Ay. This is weird. I don't know what's going on. This is weird, guys. Ay, ay, ay. Nako, ulitin na naman natin to. Ayan, pasensya na mga ka-YouTube Biglang nakat yung kabila, hindi ko alam nangyari dito. Ay, ang weird na to Oof, this is weird. What's going on? Bakit nawala bigla? What's going on here? What? What? Ba't paano nawala yan? One second, i-stream natin ulit. Basta andyan lang naman kayo guys. Tuloy natin discussions, don't worry about it. Again, I'm very objective. I'm just showing news. I'm just going through the analysis, not passing any judgment, etc. I'm just showing the bigger picture here, guys. Yeah, buti nga okay dyan sa YouTube Kaya nga inon ko talaga Ay nako, buti nga dyan kayo guys, may ebidensya tayo na talagang meron tayo. I have no idea ba't biglang Loko talaga to Loko to. Biglang nawala. Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. Second, ang hirap naman ng buhay. Vlogger, nawawala na naman, nawawala. Sana nakuha ng guys yung link Ibang klase. Ayusin ko lang to guys Nakaka-frustrate yung ganun, yung biglang nakawala na naman. Maayos nga yung discussion natin dito I don't know what's going on. Ulitin ko to Buti nga naka-live tayo dito Sige lang, tanong kayo pare. Mga ano natin. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Start streaming tayo dito. Ulitin natin I don't know what's going on, guys. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. Nawala yung natin bigla. Meta natin Ayan, pakikuha guys yung yung link para mayroon tayong ebidensya. Biglang nawala bigla. Alam niyo na naman yung konteksto, 'di ba? Tanggalin ko. Ano kaya nangyari dito? This is weird, man. This is weird. Screenshot ko guys Screenshot ko to. Siguro ayoko na magsalita, mahirap na. Edit ko ng konti tignan natin to. Edit natin ng konti to Edit natin ng konti, tignan natin ang mangyari dito. Kasi ni-record din kasi ako na may titles and all. And siguro, I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, mga kameta, ituloy natin yung discussion na yan. Let me give you a more big picture analysis kasi para wala tayong problema dito. I don't know what happened there again, no? As I said, I don't want to go into this topic kasi baka naman, ito na, wala naman yung video natin which is very, very frustrating. So, inuulit na ko na naman mga kameta. Ang discuss natin is, my hope that we get investments from China and quality good investments. And that's so far, katulad ng mga sinasabi ko over the past years and so, yun po yung naging problema natin. So, I've been arguing over and over again, guys. Monitor ko nga kung andyan pa rin yung video ko. Ayan. I've been saying over and over again na what we need, guys, is quality investment. So, let me show you this graph. So, 2018 pa lang, guys. Ito po yung naging situation natin. So, this is 2 years into the previous administration. And that's after all the promise was given to us na there'll be $24 billion investments. Now, if you can say, of course, this is element of time. But kasi noon pa lang, Japan talaga yung consistently big investor sa atin sa Pilipinas. And by the way, this is general net foreign direct investments. I'm not talking about specifically infrastructure investment, which was supposed to be a big part ng yung $24 billion na sinasabi nila, no? Pagdating sa Chinese investments in the Philippines. As I said, I'm 100% for quality good investments in the Philippines, including technology sector, high quality infrastructure, kasi hindi naman tayo pwede umasa lang sa Japan or US or Korea. May limitasyon din mga yun, di ba? As much as we're thankful to our traditional allies, so I'm 100% for also productive, mutually beneficial relations with China, no? But yun nga yung naging concern natin. And I've been saying over and over again that what we need to do is to make sure that these investments ay hindi lang pangako. Kaya nga 2018 pa lang guys, 2017 pa lang, 2018, 2017 pa lang, I've been raising this issue na nasaan na yung investment na yan, yung $24 billion na yan, no? That we need to see what's going on here. Yun po yung sinasabi natin na concern talaga natin dito. So if you can check that article on Bloomberg, right, where you can see that really my point there in that article is the fundamental basis for the whole piece, no, and argument. Now, if you don't believe me, of course, I mean, I detailed further this issue later on in other articles that I raised, including this article in 2018, guys, the Chinese Chimera, no? So, nakita na 2018 pa lang, meron na tayong pinopoint out dito na may concern dun sa lack of delivery, no? Nung itong mga investments na sinasabi natin or implementation of these investments. Again, I'm not here to say na walang silbing relation and all. I'm just saying ano yung naging areas of weakness na we have to work on. So this is another article I wrote for Law Institute in Australia naman, kung saan na-analyze ko rin itong issue ng nasaan na yung investments. Kasi ang problema sa opposition is purong tinitignan nila yung issue ng debt trap. Eh, yung sinasabi ko guys dito is, wag natin pag-usapan yung issue ng debt trap kung wala namang investments na malaking nangyari to begin with, di ba? Debt trap happens kung talaga na-overwhelm ka ng questionable loans and investments as in Malaysia or Sri Lanka or Laos and some of these countries. But that has not been the case with us so far. And this is what I've been saying over and over again since 2017, 2018 pa lang. So if you look at even more recent pieces and analysis of what's happening dito sa Pilipinas, so for instance, this one by CNBC, it affirms what I've been saying early on pa lang na nasaan na yung mga quality investments and all. Nasaan yung quality investments and all. So that graph that I showed na early on, kapos pa rin investments, we see that it continues to be a big issue in the Philippines. In fact, there was another report, no, by Bloomberg, of course, based on the analysis of Fitch ratings, which showed that Japan by far, no, is the biggest source of new infrastructure investments dito sa Southeast Asia, no? So let me pull that up so that you guys can see. Again, everything we say here may base yan, na-research yan, hindi yan mga vlogger na trash vloggers, ganon. So you can see the total value of Japan's infrastructure investments actually in Southeast Asia in general ay lampas na sa $300 billion, no? And I'm not even talking about the quality issue, the reliability issue. We're talking just raw numbers here, no? As you can see, actually Japan is the biggest investor in Southeast Asia pa rin, no? In new investments, no? $367 billion yung mga new infrastructure pledges ng Japan. A lot of them are, of course, kicking in, including underground metro projects both in the Philippines and also in Saigon in Vietnam, not to mention tens of billions of dollars in investments in places like Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, among others. In Myanmar, actually, Japan was expected to invest also close to $40 billion, but of course, alam niya naman yung nangyari sa Myanmar. No? So what I'm saying is that the traditional partners we have proven to be really, really reliable, and especially I'm talking about Japan here, no? Which has been a big source of quality infrastructure investment, including yung metro, underground metro na gagawin dito sa Metro Manila, no? So this is Japan, guys. And by the way, just to be clear about it, yung subway na gagawin dito, the preliminary agreements were signed actually under the Aquino administration. Part of it was implemented under the Duterte administration, and then hopefully guys, no? Hopefully guys, before the end of the current administration, matapos na natin itong project, no? Itong underground metro project. Kasi yung kagandahan guys nung underground metro is that 'Di ba? Pwede natin maiwasan yung traffic overground, no? And again, salamat sa Japan and salamat sa multiple administration, Duterte administration, Aquino administration, different administration for contributing to that. And best wishes to the current administration, the Marcos administration, for getting this implemented, no? So, between to 30 to 6% of the project has been completed, 'di ba? Base sa mga reports before President Marcos kicked in, no? Depending on how you count this, no? So ito sana kung matapos na ito, ang ganda na ito, no, guys. Subway talagang mangyari dito. So marami tayong pwede maiwasan yung issue ng traffic, yung issue ng land acquisitions, right of way, all of the complications that come with overground, on the ground, or uh, skyways and all of those kinds of more traditional infrastructure. No? So hopefully matapos natin yan. So salamat sa Japan. We're moving forward on that. But ako naman, I'm for China to invest in the Philippines. I believe that China could be a good source of investments. But we have to really negotiate it properly, guys. Yun lang naman sinasabi natin dito eh. We have to negotiate properly. Now, earlier in the term of President Marcos, there were discussions about how to make the bilateral relations more equitable, how to make the bilateral relations with China also more effective. So you can see dito sa meeting ni President Marcos Jr. with Foreign Minister Wang Yi of China, Councilor Wang Yi, and Foreign Minister of Wang Yi of China, that we're looking at entering a new golden age of bilateral relations, no? One that is more equitable, one that is more beneficial, mutually beneficial, etc. And to that end, in fairness naman, Philippines and China relaunched negotiations, no? Over infrastructure, etc. Because yun nga, ang daming mga infrastructure projects ng China na hanggang pangako lang or kulang sa financing and funding. So what we want right now is a much more concrete, literally concrete, no? Advancement pagdating sa mga projects na yan. So let me go to the updates we got in this regard. So kung makikita niyo guys, na in fairness naman recently, after some concerns and complaints, there are some efforts to make sure na yung investments from China ay hopefully ma-implement na sila, no? So ito yung mga, for instance, yung na-suspend temporarily na 3 railway project by Chinese companies. Ngayon, there's an effort to make sure na itong mga project ay ma-renegotiate at hopefully ma-implement, no? And implement, not just implement, but at good interest rates and hopefully good quality. And sana naman, like Japanese investments, hindi may mga local input din, especially sa label, engineering, management, hindi lang lahat galing sa China, no? So that we can also create jobs here in the Philippines, no? And also help Filipino companies to also make certain, get experience at high-level infrastructure development. So yun lang naman yung sinasabi natin dyan, mga kameta. Yun lang naman sinasabi natin dyan na all of this online casino discussion, diba? I see that there's a lot of course, interest because we're talking about billions of pesos of yearly investments. But I think that we're missing the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is how can we get the best quality investment from China and in terms that doesn't undermine our national interest, diba? At of course, yung national interest natin is nasa West Philippine Sea, yung integrity of our infrastructure, communications, electricity, etc. I think if we have a strong president that is not naive, that is smart, and knows the limitations of high-quality infrastructure investments, na matagal siya, that there will have to be discussions on interest rate, etc. I think if we go to that level, no, if we have that level of leadership and diplomacy, I hope we can get the good investments that we really need and we really want, no. So, yan. Mahirap na magsalita. Mawala naman yung video natin. But at least I tried to get to you guys the quality part, the quality data, no, that will be very helpful for you guys to understand what we're talking about here. So, alas naging PowerPoint presentation na yung ginawa natin dito. Okay? Alam niyo naman, nakaka-frustrate talaga sa akin pag nawawala yung video natin because like, I get to wonder like, what's going on? Bakit ganun, di ba? So, God willing, there's nothing serious here. And again, I've been very, very, very balanced, all right? I didn't pass judgment in either direction strongly, but of course, you know where I stand. I stand for national interest. I stand for a country. And I stand also for the, I hope naman yung relations natin with any country, including China, will be really beneficial, mutually beneficial, with good quality investments, investments that give jobs to the Filipinos, that bring high quality infrastructure investment to us, and yung interest rate ay hindi mataas para hindi tayo malubog sa utang, debt trap, etc. And dapat walang kapalit pagdating sa mga interest natin dyan sa West Philippine Sea, among others. So mag-thank you po tayo sa mga sumusuporta na sa atin, kay Jocelyn Lumberio, kay Mitch Tencho, Michael Uy, Riz Ani, Dian Liasos. Thank you so much sa inyo, sa lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa atin. I'm sorry again, I don't know what happened, na bigla na naman na-cut yung yung discussion ko. Ang dami kong sinabi pala, hindi pala nakuha dito sa Facebook. Buti nga itong mga kaibigan natin sa YouTube, abutan nila yung buong discussion natin, no? So, again, let me say thank you again. Kain na tayo, medyo late na tayo sa dinner. Thank you rin kay Ma'am Fanny San Miguel, kay Lauren Abal Rodriguez, kay Tere DG Saway, kay Josephine Licandazo, sa lahat ng bigay ng stars and support. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I hope andyan pa rin yung connection natin at hindi nawala. I don't know bakit may mga doink-doink na nangyari. So I'll keep it here. Bago mawala na naman ito, I don't know what's going on. Ay nako. You connect the dots na lang. Alright. I'll just keep it here. So, maraming salamat. Kung may mga tanong kayo, paki-post sa akin. We can discuss in our next meta, etc. But at least I was able to show you the basic data, make my key points dito sa mga YouTube friends natin. At least nakikita niyo yung mga arguments na sinasabi natin. And don't worry, ma-upload naman lahat yan. And of course, you can catch it on my Facebook where I'm using OBS. I'll try to use OBS also for YouTube, but there are certain configurations and all I have to fix, and also privacy and security concerns. No? Kaya, medyo komplikado yan, hindi yan basta-basta lahat ng mga bagay na yan. So let me thank again so much lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa atin, nagbigyan ng stars, comments, suggestions, and nag-engage sa atin kahit medyo gabi na. Ayan, kaya na tayo, mag-dinner tayo. And best wishes to the Philippines and the current administration for building a stronger, robust, and mutually beneficial relations with China and our neighbors and friends. Maraming salamat. God bless. Talk to you soon.